Hello. I wanted to talk today about how beautiful the sky is. Not a cloud in it. Beautiful. Um, the sun is shining. Uh, it's not raining, but it's apparently going to at some point. Anyway, the weather. Us Brits obsessed with it. So yeah, I wanted to talk today about activism. You know, the world is on fire right now. And from all sorts of places, not just politically but socially. Gareth Southgate, ex-England football team manager, did a speech recently about how young boys, young male adults, are in a state of crisis because there's a real vacuum in terms of positive role models. Andrew Tate and worse are filling that vacuum and they're sort of radicalising young men, which is a problem because more radicalised, more manosphere young men equals domestic violence and sort of bad things generally, and violence against women. So that also leads to the sort of activism of men need to step up and be positive role models. Obviously there's quite a lot of one parent families, and quite often for a reason, because the dads aren't particularly great dads, but it doesn't mean to say that other males within that social group can't step up and actually take them for positive experiences, take them to football. Joining a football team is fantastic. It's kind of proven how that whole team spirit and positive role models really is a real tonic, both for men and women as well, actually. And that there's you don't have to be sporty. There's other kind of positive groups that you can join and spend time doing positive things rather than spending time online talking to others and becoming an incel kind of character. And so there's kind of a responsibility on men, but there's also responsibility on women. We kind of dropped the ball as well in terms of feminism and whatever. The gender pay gap is increasing, it's not decreasing. The sort of occupational segregation in that we get the lower paid, less career driven jobs. We get caring responsibilities, so I have to stay home and look after our children or our elderly parents. Women get more sort of ailments, menopause and its relating other sort of medical conditions, cancers, all these sorts of things sort of hit us in midlife. And we've all got a bit insular. Everybody has. It's a societal thing. But it's time to not be a bystander and watch the world burn. It's actually to step up and do something. Volunteer at a youth club or a sort of social enterprise that looks after young adults. Join some sort of activism around closing the gender pay gap. Work with groups that are campaigning against that. It really is time to not think I'm all right, Jack. I'm not political. I'm not getting involved. Well, if you don't get involved, the world will explode. We will live in a really horrible environment where there's violence, there's poverty, all these sorts of things. We can't rely on our politicians to change things because they've got too many vested interests. We have to step up. So yeah, it's a call to arms, really. Whatever social issue you're passionate about or whatever thing is impacting your life, it could be the problem with late diagnosis of ADHD, lack of ADHD drugs, whatever is impacting you. Get angry, get active, do something about it. you know, commenting and getting angry on social media, but actually not doing anything, just sort of writing comments and having arguments with people, isn't necessarily the right sort of thing. You have to do physical things. So yeah, I'm getting involved. I joined a group where it's mostly about envisaging, what's the rebirth of society if the patriarchy and big business and tech bros are pulling apart the world. What world do we want, and work towards that, and do the micro actions to achieve the world that we want, rather than the world that's happening right now, because it's not sustainable. All right, heavy, deep, but an important one, and something I'm going to focus a lot of my energy into. My business isn't just about helping women return to work after a career break. It is also about creating activism and helping to make a change, because we're all responsible for the world we live in, and I'm fed up of dealing with the consequences of that world. I want to make a positive world instead. Anyway, 6.5 minutes, probably too long. You're probably not listening by now anyway, but yeah, have fun.